Hello everyone, I am ISHIR GUPTA and I was a student of FIITJEE's 4-year Supreme program. I chose FIITJEE's Supreme Integrated program because it combines your coaching classes for the JEE Advanced and JEE Mains with your school, and I did not want to attend any extra classes on the weekends or in the evenings. And that is what compelled me to choose this program. I chose to pursue engineering because since middle school I have had a separate interest in sciences, and I felt that in engineering career in engineering will be the best way to go further.
While choosing FIITJEE for my child, I find it very good regarding results, and ethically I found it very good. I can say only that it is a very good institute.
When I wrote FIITJEE's diagnostic exams to join the institute, I believe that was a good way of finding out where I stood in the country, what would be a reasonable goal for me, and how hard I would have to work for it. One benefit that the classroom program gave me was that all of my peers were just as talented as me and some were even more talented than me. This gave me competition and motivated me to work harder. At the start, I was not doing that well, so that disheartened me. But then I had a lot of emotional support from my parents and my faculties, and I worked hard to get to better and compete with them. It's a slow journey, but with time you will get better if you work hard, you give it everything you have. Do not think that you can't do it. You just have to keep working. That is what I learned in the starting. At the starting, it was slow because I joined when COVID started, so I only had online classes and it felt a bit disconnected. But once I got used to that, I started improving, I started getting better, I made lots of new friends, and I had a very different and encouraging peer group.
FIITJEE helped him a lot. He got that feeling of competitiveness which he was lacking earlier, and that's what I was expecting this from him, that he should get that feeling of competitiveness.
People think that preparing for JEE or IIT or any other competitive exam is very stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Yes, you will feel stress at some times, but it's not constant. You will have your fun moments and moments you can enjoy. We used to play a lot of sports. We used to go for basketball, we used to play handball, sometimes we used to play football. And we also had fun in the classes. When the teachers felt that it was too stressful, they themselves started making jokes, tried to liven the mood up to help us get into better spirits. Apart from that, this is a very important part of a JEE preparation. If you have too much stress, you only think about what you're going to do on that day, you have to think about your future, you can end up getting burnt out, and that will only make it worse. Sometimes you just need to relax and lay back and let it happen. Just have fun, talk to your friends, play sports, just do anything. This is also a part of the preparation that people do not seem to mention at all. Everyone has distractions when they do anything. For me, sometimes I would get distracted by the internet, or I would start talking with my friends and just keep talking with them and lose track of time. For that, you have to learn to control it yourself. You cannot force anyone else to do it for you, because then you will still try to do it. If you struggle with your phone, like you go to the internet too much, just keep your phone with your parents, give it to your parents, tell them to give it to you later, do not give it back until this time. If you go out for sports, you should go out for sports because you need to stay healthy as well. But sometimes you have to stay back. You can't just play the whole day and stay downstairs the whole day, play with your friends. You should do that, but not the whole day. That is something you have to do on your own.
In this whole journey, yeah, there were many ups and downs for my son. Teachers, faculty of the FIITJEE also helped it very much. If any problem he is facing, they used to convey how much I can support him emotionally. I did that. That's the main thing, that I never put pressure on my son that yes, you have to do this, you have to perform this much.
Sometimes when you mess up a paper, that can really hurt your confidence, that can mess you up. But then when you choose to work hard in that topic and then you improve at that, that gives you a huge confidence boost. That happened with me in maths in a certain chapter. I didn't do that well in the test and I messed up, and that really messed up my confidence in that chapter. But then when I worked hard towards it and I did well in that chapter in another test, that really boosted my confidence. My teachers were always available. I could send them a message and they'll reply within a day or half a day. And with that also helped me knowing that if I ever had any problem, I could simply ask them and they'll help me. That played a very big role, knowing that it gave a feeling of knowing that I was not alone. I had people supporting me, helping me. And that is a very crucial part of what helped me build my confidence in my journey in JEE. Sometimes FIITJEE would call toppers from previous years to give us advice on how to tackle the journey on JEE. That helped me a lot because it gave me advice from people who used it 2 years ago or a year ago. And that was, sometimes they gave very new advice that could really change how you do something for the better. One such thing happened when the toppers from the last year came and then they gave us some very different piece of advice from what we've been told by previous toppers and even our teachers. And that can really help change everything. It can be a game changer and help you boost you up. Such motivational sessions were conducted by FIITJEE many times. The right time to start the preparation depends on what your aim is. If you're only aiming for advance or no Olympiads or anything like that, you can start in 11th as well. It will not be you think like if someone's doing it from 9th grade, I'm only starting in 11th grade, how am I going to catch up to them? You will catch up to them, you will compete with them. There's no question about it. Now, if you're aiming for something like an Olympiad, you will probably have to start a bit earlier, like say 10th grade or 9th grade, because in Olympiad it's completely different. So I believe at the end of the day, it all depends on what your goals are. To choose the correct institute, I would recommend that you look at the results, and if possible, you try to speak to someone who's already gone to that institute, because they'll give you a different picture compared to what you'll learn from a teacher or from the institute themselves. That can help you give another perspective of what that life in that institute really is like. And apart from that, some advice I would like to give to my juniors is, you will face a lot of ups and downs in your journey. That is bound to happen, that happens with everyone, that happened with me as well. What you need to understand is, when you're doing bad, you will get better. When you're at your worst, you think you're worse than you truly are. When you're at your best, you think you're better than you truly are. That is something to live by, and that if you keep that in your mind, it will help you tremendously.
बच्चे पे कभी प्रेशर न डालें और अपनी तरफ से आप जितना सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं इमोशनली, अप्स एंड डाउन्स आते हैं वो आपको मैनेज करने पड़ेंगे. और दूसरा, थ्रू आउट दिस 4 years इसकी हेल्थ और इसके खाने पे इसका बहुत मैंने ध्यान रखा है.
I would like to thank FIITJEE a lot for giving me this opportunity and mentoring me in my journey in JEE. This journey I feel is going to be a very crucial part of my life, as it helped me learn on how do you compete with others, how do you deal with failures, and how do you succeed.
I find FIITJEE best.